Okay, in this video, we're continuing on with our loops, but now we're going to learn how to make them less repetitive by using region pitch changes. So you're able to make the pitch go up or down. Okay, so we're back to our original 3 loops that were chosen. Again, this thing goes like this. Okay, so remember how that goes. Now that's not bad, but if it were to do that for an extended period, we'd probably get a little bored with it. And that's mostly because most music does not just repeat over and over again. There are various changes. That could be changes in the song between a verse and a chorus, but it could also just be, at a smaller level, it's the same musical idea except we're changing chords, we're changing notes that way. And we can easily do this with regions by using what's called a region pitch change. So I'm going to make this a little tidier, so I'm going to get rid of that loop browser, don't need it anymore. I'm going to delete this first track because I don't have anything in it. So I select the track, you can see it's highlighted when I select it, and then I can just hit the delete key and it's gone. So now I've got my 3 tracks. Now maybe my idea is that I want this bass, maybe it's going to do kind of like this intro. It starts with the bass, then the drums come in, and then maybe starting at bar 5 is kind of the beginning of a verse. But I'm going to want the bass to change notes on that because I want to change chords as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this region because I can't change a region pitch change in the middle of a loop. I can only do it on an individual region. So to copy this, well, first off, if I want to move this loop, I just click and drag it and let it go. But if I want to copy it, the easiest way to do that is to hold down the Option key on your keyboard. There's one on either side of the space bar. So hold down Option and then click and drag, and you'll see how it turns into a green plus sign there. Now if I let go of the Option key before I've let go of my mouse, it will think I changed my mind and that plus goes away and I just want to drag it. Well, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to copy it. So I need to make sure I hold down Option and I keep it held down until I let go of my mouse. Now I have a copy. They're exactly the same. I'm going to make this one, though, change pitch. So, well, I'm not going to make this one. I'm going to make the next one. But I don't want to loop because I want, starting at bar 7, it to actually change pitch. So I'm going to hold down Option and copy that once again. Option, drag. So I've got an original one, and now this is the one where it's going to go down in pitch. Shorten this up. So what I'm going to do is if I've selected it, and if over on the far left I can see my inspector, if you don't see the inspector, just click this little I button. You see the inspector. At the very top, you can see I can click this, hide it, or show it. It shows region, and it'll show whichever region I have selected. Okay, I've got this one selected, 3.2, that one. You've got some various things that you can do, but the main one we're looking at here is the transpose. If you click on the arrows next to transpose, you'll see plus 12, plus 24, plus 36, and minus those. Those are talking about half steps. If you look at a piano or your MIDI keyboard, you'll see each key you can go up or down, and that is half steps. So in this case, I can actually choose to go up 12 half steps or 24 half steps, and 12 half steps is an octave. That's like going from ba, kind of sounds like the same note, but higher or lower versions of that. However, maybe I don't want it to go up octaves. I want to go up just a little bit in pitch. Let's solo this track. Start at 5. It's the same right now, right? But I want this one that I've selected to go up maybe a few notes higher. So instead of clicking the arrows, I'm actually going to double click in this kind of gray area next to transpose, and I can just type a number. So I can say make it go up 5 and then hit return or enter. So it says plus 5. Notice that my region also says plus 5 now that I've done that. So I can see it in 2 places. And now we'll hear it going up 5 half steps. And maybe after this, I wanted to go back down to my original. So I could copy this and then transpose it down, or I could just take my original, which is already there, Option, drag, hold down Option, drag over, and now I've got it going back. and fourth. Okay, this is already more interesting. Even though it's really the same music repeating, I've made it different somehow by going up or down in pitch. Now, if I want my guitar to do something similar, well, let's hear it where the guitar doesn't change. It just keeps on the same little notes. See how that sounds. Let's get rid of drums for the moment. Mute that track. Okay, so you noticed in this case, it sounded okay. The guitar did not have to change the same way. Certainly we could have done that. I'll do it real quick. Let's make this, copy that. Let's make this region 5, and then copy this original so it goes back down. We'll hear them both move exactly the same way. Right, so that definitely could work. I kind of like it by itself where it doesn't change. That sounds pretty good. Okay, so that happened to work because I did this 5 half steps, which went up basically a perfect fourth, and that happened to have the same notes with this original guitar one. But if I change this to something different, like if I made this one instead of 5, it was maybe on 7, this may not sound as good. Hear that? It didn't quite match the same way. And that just has to do with what chord I went to, whether it matched or not. In general, it's safest that if you have pitch material, that is, instruments that play notes or chords, that in general, if one region pitch shift changes, the other ones probably should too. But it really does depend on where you went, what chord you changed to, and it's just you listen to it and decide, does it sound right? In general, drums don't need to be pitch changed because drums, you don't suddenly go to a different drum set that's pitched differently. You could. I'm going to make this shorter and I'm going to option copy that and I'm going to make it go up 5 half steps too. So just listen to that. So you can do it. It's just kind of unusual because drums don't usually have that many pitch choices with that. So definitely not forbidden by any means. Let's hear this all together with our chord change going on here. Okay, and then maybe, just for fun, we'll make that go one more. I'm going to do some clever writing here. I'm going to make this one go up 7. Make this one go down, kind of creating a 12-bar blues type of thing. This one go 5, and then I'm going to have an original back. However, my guitar is going to have to change. That's not going to work for this up 7. So actually, whoops. Don't worry, I'm just doing this real fast to kind of show you how this could potentially work. Making a loop sound more creative than just throwing things in there. Okay, this one I'm going to make go down -1. We'll try it and see what happens. I forgot to bring the drums in. So as you can hear, that basically worked, kind of created this 12-bar blues pattern within that. But it definitely makes a more interesting type of song than just dragging in individual loops because they'll never really change. And music is not that interesting if it never really changes that much. Okay, so there's one more video that's going to be part of this first project, which is about how to create software instruments and play your own stuff in. So continue to that one next.